activist, non-profit. Ran for mayor in 2017. Shit, High Point, North Carolina, Guilford County courthouse down in 2012. Who am I? What am I? My accomplishments. My dream. Back in 1996. I was born in 91. I had a dream. The dream would be that when I was older, I would be standing amongst a crowd of people. Now, those of you who know me can relate to Greensboro, North Carolina, where I performed a protest with others, many others. And there were over 5,000 people present, where I waved my hand as in the motion of a great elder by the name of Martin Luther King, as if I stood amongst a crowd of my peers. Most of those faces were Egyptian burnt faces. I want to talk about my accomplishments because my accomplishments also were distractions. The only distraction that manifested deeply was the fact that I ran for mayor in 2017. Now here we are in 2019 and still no political justice for the indentured servants. No political justice for the so-called African Americans, the Negroes. No political justice for the so-called blacks. Why? It was for reasons of understanding that these are not our legal names. They're not the legal terms of the people who we used to be called. So I could understand why these grave robbers, our governmental system in the very city of High Point, North Carolina, and its many separate divisions, I could understand why they felt as if all over the United States of America they've retained power. They were not listening to the people who called themselves, such as me, a member of the NAACP, such as me, someone who cares for his community, such as me, one who became friends in contact with a very honorable man, Dr. Dennis Muhammad, one who performed many spiritual events that I will not call by the name because some people will want to know why I do what I do, but I cannot allow myself to give out my gifts, for I have many. But the greatest gift that I will allow myself to spread over the air is love. Love for my people, love for my city, love for my kind, love for my elders, love for my ancestors. I cannot and I will not forget the past. For the past represents my future, my freedom of my individual soul and the souls around me. The souls all over the four corners of the globe that have been in slavery, mentally, institutionalized in their own mind, prisoners of war. Then I became to understand that the only distraction that I said was greater than any of them all was protesting and running through the city of High Point, North Carolina to perform a task to be a mayor of a city that were full of people who governed and ran this city as a democracy for the own good of their own people. Understanding that they owned all of North and South Main and that the market was the most richest place of them all, the capital of furniture in High Point, North Carolina. That they bought up all the real estate and took out all the jobs and sent them overseas. That they made it hard for the so-called natives, the so-called Negroes, the so-called blacks, the so-called African Americans, which are what you need to be calling the indigenous aboriginal Niji, the original inhabitants of Turtle Island, which is known as North America today. The greatest distraction of them all, becoming a non-profit, doing everything to give back to a community when I don't even have the funds to give back, but you have every other organization out here, such as your light bill place, such as your police department, such as your magistrate, such as your doctor's office, such as your pharmaceutical places, such as your, real estate places. Everybody want $1 from the man that ain't got shit, and I'm supposed to have it all, damn it. I know who I am. I know what I was created for. Though I may have strayed, and I'm here to tell you that I'm back. I'm back to deliver the message to the people that need to be delivered, because we have been sleepwalking. It's time that we wake up in our subconscious mind and our conscious state of mind and wake up to reality. Reality is our lands, our traditions, our cultures have been stolen away from us, and we need it back. We need it back before there's war that breaks in the midst of time that is soon to collapse for you, Edom, who is running out of time. Your time is up. Donald Trump, I see why you're building your wall. But your wall won't stop the pressures from life. Hell and fire will break this earth into 3 sections. Now, you go do your research on the 3 sections that the earth will break into after the meteorite hits. But I see that you're trying to, still brainwash the people through the media. The media that recorded me many of times in the losses of so many people in the city of High Point, North Carolina. Durham, where the Ku Klux Klan was supposed to march but never showed up. Greensboro, where we protested and marched but that did nothing. Charlotte, North Carolina, where they looted because they were tired of not having anything from taking losses from our governmental system and these man-made storms. Wake up and pay attention and subscribe and tune in and make sure you send whatever cash that you feel is needed for the videos that you listen to. That I put out the information that is needed for your ears and your mind for you to wake up. Because you're under spiritual bondage. You're in spiritual Egypt. They said in the Bible that you would go back into Egypt again. It wasn't talking about actuality, this place called Egypt. They were talking about America making Egypt great again. That's why you have a pyramid on the back of your dollar bill. That's why you have the eagle on the back of your dollar bill. Everything represents Egypt. That's why you have Abraham Lincoln in Washington, D.C. He's representing the Sphinx in Egypt. Please understand. Egyptology is something that most of us need to understand. Etymology is something we all need to understand. Numerology is something that we all need to understand. And astrology is something that we all need to understand. Please, as you pay attention to this video by day and before night, you need to project yourself into your spiritual realm. And make sure that you understand that you are a warrior. You always been a warrior. You will forever be a warrior, and that is your term and condition. You've been brainwashed out of your warrior stances. Though most of you and many of you rather kill each other off, you're not killing the ones who are taken from you, which is the governmental system, which is your police department that rides through the black communities and harasses the black communities every day, which is your foreigners that come from overseas to obtain and own and operate these jobs and manufacture their business. MYOB, mind your own business. I had to understand why every time you went to a courtroom or anytime you went to any type of business, the only thing that they wanted to do was mind their own business. They didn't care what you were going through in your own personal life because it was none of their business. The only thing that they cared for was minding their own business. And to mind your own business, you have to only be concerned about money. You're not concerned about your tenants when you're a renter. You're not concerned about your prisoners when you're a judge. You're not concerned about your criminals when you're a district attorney. Only thing you're trying to do is mind your own business. Please tune in to Masterpiece Fuller. Subscribe to this channel. It's time that we get deep. I'm not going to be uploading many of videos, but I'm going to be sending you in the direction that you need to be sent into to look at other people's videos that have already established what you need to know. The only reason that I was sent here by God is to be able to wake up my people. They say if you put a white man in a room full of Negroes and he told the truth, that there will no longer be any Negroes in the courtroom for them to be able to elevate their business, because the Negroes would understand that they are not Negroes. They're not black. They're not colored. They're not African American. They are the original inhabitants of this earth, of this land. Treaties have been broken. Land has been stolen. Bloodshed has been shed all over this great land. Bones of our ancestors and elders are all over, and we refuse to take time to pay attention and wake up to the truth. Subscribe and like this channel. Cash out me at DfullerAli if you feel that these videos are useful. DfullerAli. That's DfullerAli. That's my cash out. Anybody who feels the need to get in contact with me, please inbox me, leave a comment, do whatever you need to do. We gotta wake up. It's our time. This is the generation gap. You can relapse time, you can slow down time, or you can speed up time. And I'm just praying that many of you will pay attention to this video. I'm praying that many of you understand that you are the kings and the queens of the turtles of Turtle Island. You're hard on the outside, soft on the inside, and willing to stick your neck out. Stop killing your brothers and your sisters. It's pointless. We are all from the same bloodline. Though we are many tribes, we all have one God that we represent. Peace.